Hello, got an Animal Crossing video for you guys today. I got my new microphone and I just wanted to test it out, so I figured I would go here and show you what I've been doing on my island, which isn't much. I have not been here in a couple weeks, but like I said, I want to test out this new microphone, which I'm not too pleased about. I have to sit on top of the thing, but I do have a pop filter. I can't find my rocker arm because I think that's how this microphone should be set up. It has a tripod, which I set up, but I think it is better suited to a rocker arm. I just can't find it. So I'm sitting forward with my mouth right next to the microphone. I have tried. This is my 5th attempt at recording audio, and I cannot get the sound to go any louder. It's just a plug and play microphone. You plug it in and you go. There's no mute button. There's no volume button on it. It relies completely on your computer settings, which I don't like because for whatever reason, Windows 10 is not helpful when it comes to that kind of stuff. Even they, in your settings, don't give you an option to move the volume up or down. It just says test. So you're talking to the microphone and it shows you this little red bar that's barely moving. And I'm like, I already know that. I want to adjust it so I can make it move more. It's very dumb. Probably not. It's just me being dumb. I am not an audiophile, if that's even the right word. I don't think so. An audiophile likes music? Well, I guess I am. That's got nothing to do with this. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how to set these things up, and therefore I've never had good audio on my videos, and that bothers me. I have watched other YouTubers, very popular YouTubers, who don't care that their mouse is clicking and their keyboard is clicking. They don't care about that. They don't care that their mouth sounds clicky, probably like mine. I care about those things, maybe too much. The audio portion of my videos has always been the bane of my existence and why I sometimes feel like just giving up because I'm never going to get it right. Anyway, about the video real quick. I just moved all the houses. I shifted all the houses to the right, bottom right of the island. I moved the shops to the bottom left of the island. And I gave the museum its own little spot in the top left corner on a cliff. And I really like how that came out. I also spent a ton of time on the kiosk downloading paths. But you'll notice there are gaps because paths that I thought I liked that looked pretty when I downloaded them and then I went to use them and they're like, no, that doesn't look right. That's not what I wanted. That's not how it looked when I was downloading it, you know. That happened a lot. So I have gaps and I have to go back in there and hopefully find something that I do like and that will work. I just haven't done that yet. Like I said, I have not been here in a couple weeks. I am very ambivalent about this game at this point. I think about it, and sometimes, I will check in. I get, this is going to sound really dumb, but big surprise coming from me, right? I get anxious about my villagers. I start worrying about them. So I will check in just to make sure everybody's getting along and doing okay. Isn't that dumb? Because they don't care one way or the other. However, I did receive an email from Nintendo last week. And I'm sure you guys all get these too on occasion. But it said that they miss me and to check out the updates to the game. And there was an update. I'm not quite sure what it was, but I'm sure it has something to do with the fact that they're going to be introducing Brewster the Rooster. Now, I'm not going to get into any controversy with anybody about this. I will begin by telling you I am new to this franchise. Yeah, I caught a suckerfish. Wow. So I'm a little embarrassed. Anyway, New Horizons is me with Animal Crossing. I have never done any of the other ones, so I understand that there are millions of you out there who have been with this since the very beginning. But regardless of that fact, what is the freaking deal with Brewster? This morning, I watched a clip of a streamer who watched the Nintendo Direct live, and all the guy did was show that alcove in the museum, right? She let out a banshee scream that made my ears bleed, and then she just started hyperventilating and crying because of this update. And there are hundreds more stories where everyone is just freaking out and overly excited about this update. And frankly, I do not understand it. I don't get it. I have no idea what the deal is. I don't know why it has to be that way. So I'm anxious to see him when he arrives, see what he's got to offer. I'm glad, super glad, that it's inside this museum. The museum feels underutilized to me. Once you've collected everything, you really don't go back, and that's kind of sad. But the fact that something's going to be in this area makes me happy, and I hope they add more things as well. That would be great. But the hype surrounding this one little update throws me, because there are so many other things about this game that I think would be much better to get excited about than the coming of Brewster. But again, not knowing, as you guys do, about all of the past history of the game, I suppose I shouldn't say anything at all. But I still think if I had played all of them, I would be mildly happy to see somebody from another of the games come into this one. That's all I'm saying. I would not go cuckoo, but I never do go cuckoo, because it's the same thing with Sims 4 updates and packs and things like that. Even CC that's created by other people, the influencers, as they're called, they tend to just overreact every single time. And they say the same thing about every single item that is ever introduced to that game. And it's like, now come on. You can't actually feel that way about all of these things. That seems so fake to me. I don't know. That's just me. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say anything at all because I'm probably wrong. I would be excited if a game updated important things like mechanics and adding features, and we're going to give you more clothes, and we're going to give you new color swatches. We're going to give you 5 more new characters, and most of them are going to be sisterly and things like that. Yeah, I would be very happy, but I don't know that I would have an orgasmic experience over it. That's just cringe to me. So, sorry. You'll probably never see that from any of my videos. Now, here I have to interject. Pashmina came to me in camp, and I really wanted a sister, so I'm like, yeah, heck yeah. Welcome aboard. And I believe she replaced... Uh-oh. Was it? It couldn't have been Leopold, because Leopold asked to leave. Oh, well, I don't remember. But anyway, I have my sisterly. However, speaking of game things that I would like to see changed, if I'm not mistaken, when you have friends playing this game and you visited their island, if they release one of their villagers, they're automatically lined up to show up on your island next. And I don't understand that. If you're playing with your friends, don't you all want to have unique villagers? Why would you want somebody's cast off? So I don't understand that mechanic. And Pashmina is coming directly from my daughter's island. And I just don't get it. Why? Why would you do that? Again, that would be something I would be happy if there was a change to that. Again, that's just me. I'm sure nobody else agrees. All right, so we talked about the microphone. Oh, not too much, let me tell you. I'm not very pleased having to sit this close to the microphone. I know it's going to sound like crap, but again, this is my 5th attempt. I am shouting into the microphone just to get the bars in Audacity to show up. The other times that I did it at normal. I have it set at 50%. I can't go any louder because then it starts hissing. In the editing software, I added the audio, and I had to move it all the way up to the top, and it still wasn't loud enough. I had to turn my speakers up to 100% just to be able to hear at like a bit of a normal whisper. And that happened every single time. So I started messing around with it, and I started shouting into the microphone, and that was the only way that those bars in Audacity showed up, was if I shouted. But then I started getting feedback, and that really hurt. I don't know how to set this up. I did watch the videos, and I did read the manual. So I watched videos on setup, and they all say just go into your Windows settings and adjust it. And I can't. There's no way to adjust the sound in my Windows setting. I just have to click the sound icon on my taskbar at the bottom and adjust the sound that way. That's the only way I can do it. And it's very frustrating. So I'm hoping this is loud enough. My voice, you're going to hear every single defect. I had to wear a neck brace, and I had to put this thing on my neck as well, this gel that burned like mad. And I sound like I have a lisp and marbles in my mouth. So that didn't help either. So I ended up taking it off just to do this, and I'm hoping it works. I've got a pea popper thing on here as well. But sitting this close to the microphone makes me nervous because I don't want you guys to hear me breathing. But then again, I think I mentioned it earlier. Maybe I am just overthinking this audio situation. I don't know. All I can tell you is I've never been happy with my audio. And I think I mentioned in my last video, it might have something to do with the equipment I'm using. Maybe it sounds great on somebody else's fantastic system, and it just sounds poopy on mine because I have poopy equipment. I don't know. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to put this up the way it is. I'm going to fix it as best I can. But I can't keep doing this. And then I had to pick the hottest day. It's been so comfortable and mild where you can close the window and not even feel it. But today, I had to close the window, and then the lawnmower guy showed up. Oh my gosh, so many distractions, so much noise. And I'm still trying to figure this out, and I just don't think it's going to work. Oh, by the way, I did learn something, though. In most of my previous videos, there was always a clicking sound. Sorry to do that, but that's what it sounded like it was doing. And I'm like, and I thought it was static and all that other stuff. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Why is it doing this? Turns out you're not supposed to leave your phone on your desk when you're recording. It was my phone making that noise. So I have my phone on the other side of the room. That should not be an issue anymore. I believe we've met every single one of my villagers except for Bones. I found Bones in the Able Sisters store after I turned off the video. But I think we meet everybody else. And Pashmina is my newest acquisition. And Whitney was before that, I think. And then I think the first one we met was Angus. He's my grouch. He's so cute. His saying is McMoo, so I keep calling him McMoo or Mac. I can't remember how I found him. Did he come to my camp? I don't remember. But it was probably one of those where I started on an island hop, found him right away, and went, oh, I'm taking you, so I didn't make a video. That happens. All right, we talked about my new microphone. We talked about my island. I showed you the setup. And we've met all my villagers. And I talked about the oddity of Brewster coming to the game. And don't get me wrong, I'm anxious to meet the guy. I'm anxious to see what he does, what this coffee shop is all about. If it's going to be like the Able Sisters or even the Nook's Cranny, where they once in a while you see one of your villagers in there, why the hype then? What is the big deal? I don't understand it. Yeah, apparently I missed a fishing tournament and Whitney's birthday. So thank heavens for time travel, eh? Good to be able to do that. I don't know. I guess what's left to talk about is this game, huh? I know everybody's burned out. I know everybody's over this. And to be honest with you, so am I. I have not been here in a while, but I do check in on my villagers because I worry about them. I shouldn't. They don't care. Why should I? And what else is there to talk about? I don't know. I even talked about my health, didn't I? Having a being a neck brace. Well, I went to the 7-Eleven this morning to get my Diet Coke because I don't drink coffee. And tea, I love tea, especially oolong, but it doesn't love me. Let me tell you, it does not love me. I drink 1 cup of tea. I'm not gonna, that's kind of personal, and I'm sure you're not interested. This, by the way, is my favorite room. I refuse to change it. I think the last time I did was back in July. I did everything red, white, and blue for July. But I did update a couple of the other rooms, the bathroom, the kitchen, the main room. I updated those. And I still keep getting low scores. But there again, the low score, I can't help it. You keep telling me to change things up, and I don't have the furnishings to do that. What you see is what I've got, and that's it. I'm not getting a whole lot. I still cannot send postcards to my daughter or my niece. It's just not letting me. I don't know why. So I'm not getting a lot of new items. But the fact that nobody is playing this, well, I shouldn't say that. Not nobody. Most people, is that okay to say most people aren't really playing this game anymore? And I don't blame them. So this is really just to test out my new microphone, which I'm not pleased with. I think the sound quality is somewhat better, and it doesn't pick up as much background noise as the Yeti did. But the fact that there are no options to adjust the volume or even to mute this microphone, that's frustrating, and I don't care for that. The fact that I'm sitting on top of this thing just to get my voice to pick up is another thing that I'm not going to be happy with this, because just sitting this way right now is killing my back, and you already know I have major back issues, so I'm not going to be able to do this very much. If I can find the rocker arm that holds the microphone, that might change things a bit. But I don't know where it is. I've looked everywhere for it. I don't know if I can move my head and if the sound will change. I don't know. That's a tour of the house. Not much has changed. I'm going to touch my mouse here just to move it up here so I can see what's going on. Oops. I moved away from the mic. Okay, well, that looks like we're coming up on the end then here. I do hope you enjoyed this. I appreciate the fact that you're supporting me and my channel. Give it a like if you stuck it out to the end. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I also hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. Bye.